In this module, we'll look at how to use PixelStudio in our actual mobile multi-camera production. We have our PixelStudio running on my iPad, and these are the inputs that I've added on my Wi-Fi network. In general, for multi-camera production, you would have a variety of sources, either from your iPhones or your iPads like such. So right now, I have my main camera shooting right straight ahead on my subject from my iPad, and on my iPhone, I have a different angle of my subject. And I have my PowerPoint slides on my MacBook Pro, like so, ready to go live. So in a multi-camera production, you will generally manage multiple input sources, and you can do so simply by just tapping right there on the source panel. And I've also pre-created a few lower thirds and multi-views presets for this presentation. So if you're actually interested in creating your own custom lower thirds or multi-views, please check out the links provided. To get started on our presentation, we would push whatever input source currently selected to live with a simple tap of a button, and now your audience are seeing your subject and your presenter. Usually it's a good practice to have a holding page for your presentation like so, about 5 minutes before your actual production, so that your audience are ready to get on board. So in this case, we have a broadcast will begin shortly holding page made by PixelStudio right before the presentation. And once we are ready to go live, we just tap on preview to live and we are ready to go. So as and when your presenter is speaking, we can cut between the tighter shot angle that we have on the iPhone, like so. Say for example, if you want to provide a softer transition between the two camera angles, just simply tap on the transition panel and select maybe cross dissolve, and like so, you will be able to alternate between the different angles with an interesting effect. Now, as the presenter is speaking, you would like to introduce him or her with a lower third. You can easily do so like this, by tapping on the graphics panel for lower thirds. And if your presenter is promoting their social media handles, you're able to push their YouTube and handles like so. Say for example, if they have their own Instagram handle that you want to promote, just simply tap and it will be shown on screen. So these are the fun ways that you can add additional graphics in your presentation. So say for example, you would like to add your own customized text like so, you can just simply tap. And if you want to edit further, just hold, edit. You can easily change the text messages on the fly, no problems, and click done. Now you have your own customized lower thirds. So now let's take a look at multi-views. Multi-views are ways where you can quickly create different inputs for your live audience. So say for example, our presenter is speaking about a particular topic. We can introduce the speaker and the topic by the speaker with a simple multi-view panel. Say for example, I have the wide shot of our presenter. We just tapped on the multi-view panel. The current selected multi-view will be in yellow. Select the additional B and C sources required, which is the holding page, say for example. And we would like to include a closer shot of the presenter, like so, and it's ready to go live. If you have multiple presenters in your presentation, you can also add camera inputs of your other presenters and show them in these multi-views. So it's a good way to include all the relevant presenters in this holding page, if you so wishes. Now, let's all move on to a different kind of multi-view. Say for example, your presenter is ready to make his or her presentation, PowerPoint slides. Ideally, you would just push their presentation slides to live. But say for example, you would like to have your presenter along with their presentation slides. For this case, you will need a multi-view that has input sources A or B. To get started, first select the main PowerPoint slides, select the AB multi-view panel, And now it's waiting for input B, which is the presenter view. So let's say we would like this presenter view, and we are good to go by tapping on preview to live. If you want to customize the multi-view in our instance, you can select the multi-view, go to edit, and shift around with the position and size of the B input, and once you're satisfied, tap on done. Once again, select the multi-view panel, select your B source, and push to live. So these are the ways you can play with multi-views. If you're interested in knowing more about multi-views, please check out the links that will be provided below. So that was it for multi-views. If, for example, you would like to include multimedia in your presentation, say a video clip that you want to play for your audience, and you have preloaded this video clip on your devices, you can just tap on the video clip like so, and once you're ready to play, tap to go live, and the video starts playing. At the end of that video, simply tap on preview live button to revert to your presenter. If now you wish to include a watermark in your production, say for example a logo of the NLB, you just simply insert in your presentation, tap on the NLB panel, and it will stay throughout your presentation. You can further customize this logo by going to edit and shifting around the position of the logo until you're satisfied. Once done, tap on done, and tap once more to push back to the live view. So these are the ways you can quickly play around with the input sources for your multi-camera production. Of course, there are other controls available for us, including the transition effects that we talked about earlier. We can even push these broadcasts into social media channels like Facebook and YouTube, or even custom RTMP channels. You can have some camera control for your input sources within the PixelStudio application itself. Simply tap on the input source. Say for example, this is an input coming from my iPhone. I can further adjust the exposure, white balance, and basic camera controls like such. So I can adjust the white balance levels simply by shifting along the slider. Can adjust the brightness and the exposure to desired. So it's generally a good idea to keep all your input sources on relatively similar exposure and white balance levels. And this feature is a neat way for you to quickly do that. Over at the audio tab, you can monitor the audio for your broadcast recording and even boost the level of the audios if needed. If, as mentioned earlier, you're streaming onto social media channels like Facebook or YouTube, PixelStudio does provide a list of features available like Facebook chat, polling on Facebook channel, as well as video chat. So these are the basic controls of getting started with your own PixelStudio production. If you're interested in knowing more about PixelStudio or starting up your own multi-camera production with mobile devices, please feel free to reach out to us at PixelStudio. Thank you.